It's that wonderful moment where I'm having faith that all is going well, and apparently it is. So, welcome to today's weekly wellness show. I hope you're all doing well. I know we had some, I'm trying to figure out where I'm going here. Sorry, guys. I've got this all wrong. Let me work on this for you here. I was just helping one of my friends figure out how to do this, but apparently I have forgotten how myself. So we'll just start all over. It happens. That's okay. Anyway, what I was trying to say at the same time before I really managed to distract myself is I hope that you had a good Remembrance Day and your week has been good so far. Yesterday, I posted a blog and did a show about Remembrance Day. So if you're still feeling a little bit off, you might want to check that out to learn your reasons as to why that might be. Okay, again, I'm really glad you're here today because really the best way for you to be able to have a nice, long-lasting life where you look good and feel good is by being educated on natural ways that you can advocate for your own health. So today, we're going to be having a look at some, it's actually an event that's happening tonight, the Holiday Wellness and Gift Extravaganza. If you haven't registered for it yet, I'm going to put the link up above. But one of the reasons you want to is because, whether you're just trying to stay on your own personal track, your own goals that you've got going on, or you're looking to make some very serious, changes so that you don't fall into the usual holiday traps, or maybe you're just looking for some really good gift ideas that, are going to come from the heart and going to make a difference for that person. This show is for you. So do check out some of the previous wellness webinars that we've had. Sorry, struggling today again. In my wellness center, as you know, every show that I do, we always talk about a wellness webinar coming up of some sort. If you've missed any of them or you want to see what might be of interest to you, check it out. It's all in my wellness center, and just go and have a look and cruise through. Okay, and if you haven't subscribed yet, I really do encourage you to, because, although I love sharing everything I can, in these little itty bitty shows, my wellness center has a whole lot more in there. I mean, everything that I've done to help myself through, my stuff, plus things that I haven't done but has worked for other people, it's all in there. So, like all things, cherry pick what you like. All right, so a little bit about me. How I actually got into this was I was educated back in 97. I was bit by a tick, and I had no idea that the rabbit hole that followed after that was all related to Lyme. It took 4.5 years to figure that out. And even though I did figure that out, the next problem is that you can't get mainstream medicine to help you with this, especially if it's long-term Lyme. So that was where I started having to learn, what can I do to help myself? Because I don't want to be like this for the rest of my life. I mean, I was only in my 30s, like seriously. And if that wasn't fun enough, once I got back on my feet more or less there, and then I started educating other people, then I was hit with a rare form of breast cancer, which was a lot of fun. And, for anybody who's ever been diagnosed with that big C word, it's scary. Anybody in your family, even as soon as somebody says that word, everybody hitches up and goes, right? And it's terrifying, but because of all the stuff that I had learned, I decided that I was going to take on cancer an alternative way. There's many people who've done it without chemo and radiation. And my thought is if they can do it, so can I. And so I did. So that's really the long and short of my story, and everything that I've learned over all that time. I'm now sharing that with you because I want people to have the power to get off that medical hamster wheel of, and I've done this with the Lyme thing. I mean, I went to 15 different specialists trying to figure it out. Nobody had an answer. Nobody really puts the whole picture together, right? And that's what I'm going to help you to do, if you want to. I am here to help you improve your health. I'm going to show you the different ways that you can use nature to empower yourself and have your best life too. So I'm really glad you're here. Hopefully something is going to pop out that's helpful, even if it's just one thing I say. Awesome. I've done my job. Okay. Now, last week we talked about, how the holiday season is coming up. It was around the corner. Well, it's pretty much on us now. And I usually say that right after Remembrance Day, it's now officially holiday season. I'm sure a lot of you feel the same. And of course, you're thinking about all the excitement this is going to be. You're going to have all your friends and family around. And during that, there's going to be lots of good food, lots of good beverages. And it's very easy to fall into habits that are not very good. And you end up feeling fluffy and sluggish afterwards. And that happens. So really, if you want to avoid that, what you want to do is make some small, deliberate choices, and some of the tips that you're going to be learning tonight, you want to incorporate those as well, all the stuff that I've shared with you. And that's going to help you to celebrate your holiday season where you enjoy it without having all the negative impact on it, on your body and your mind as well. Okay, in my wellness center, there's an article that came out recently, seven tips to help you stay on track this holiday season. Check that out. If only one of them helps you to, spare yourself, 15, 20 pounds, it's worth it. Okay, so question, I'm going to ask you this. How many of you are actually ready to make this holiday your healthiest, happiest, best one yet? I know I am, and I try to every year, but as I learn these things over time, it becomes easier, right? So, and we know this, holidays, they're supposed to be a time of celebration. We're all happy and yay, right? But it can also bring a lot of stress, and it's easy to become feeling overwhelmed. You feel that pressure of getting it all right. You've been here, right? Especially if you're the one that does all the organizing, it's a lot. But here's the good thing, it doesn't have to be this way. Okay, in our show that we have tonight, we're going to be having a collection of nutritional experts, advocates, coaches, you name it. They're going to share all of their best tips and tricks on how you can stay on track with your own wellness routines and goals that you usually have, but to be able to do that through the holidays without feeling deprived. Okay. Also, they're going to be talking about some very thoughtful gifts that can be quite meaningful, that you can use, to show your loved ones how much you care about them. Okay, now this is one of our experts. You've seen her probably before, Tadachi. She's a Mexican entrepreneur. And, through all of her travel, she ended up settling, and I say this, not settling as if she's shorted herself, but she ended up focusing on taking everything she learned to help others so that they can thrive with their mind, their body. She's now a certified personal trainer as well as other things, as you can see. Okay, another one, Debbie Miller. She's going to be in tonight as well. As you can see, she's a certified nutritional health coach, graduate as well. And she specializes in functional gut health. And I think, personally, it always comes down to the gut first. If your guts aren't working, you're not going to get anything else to work. And of course, that's a multifaceted statement because it ties in with other things, right? The synergy. But this is what she specializes in. So I think she's going to have some very important things to share with us. Elena or Alina, I'm sorry, I really not sure which way to pronounce her name, and I don't want to mangle it any further, so I'll leave it alone. She's been around for, a good 43 years, probably more. She's also in New Mexico with her husband, Joe, and she's helped a lot of people, not just physically with their health, but also with their financial health as well. And that's important too. Okay, Ellison, another one. As you can see here, she's a nutritionist and health and empowerment coach. She's been involved with the business now for over 24 years, and she's very dedicated to helping other people get that good, balanced, healthy lifestyle by guiding them, through personal programs and support. So she's going to share, a lot with us as well. So a sneak peek as to what they're going to cover tonight. We're going to go over some good, healthy holiday habits. Like first off, we'll be looking at, some good, simple, easy ways to stay active, how to manage stress, and still be able to enjoy those holiday treats. You got to have them. We're human, right? So it's true. You really can have your cookies and eat them too. It's not just about the cake. Okay. Also, we're going to go over some great gift ideas that go beyond the typical things. And you know what it's like. You kind of like to find something unique and original, but something that's going to, bring them a good sense of joy and a feeling of well-being. And it could be something like a nice little cozy self-care kit, maybe a mindfulness journey. Those are always great. Supplements are always a great idea. And of course, there's going to be some other ideas that will be designed for every budget out there. Also, eating hacks. Of course, we know there's going to be food everywhere. It's the way it is. You walk into somebody's house, here, have a cookie, have some crackers. Um, and yeah, we do. We want to share some eating hacks so that you can enjoy all those wonderful treats, without feeling guilty or feeling like you've overindulged. That kind of takes the fun out of it, doesn't it? But that's not all. We're going to be covering some other surprises that are going to really help you over the holiday season. And it's not just about surviving the holiday season, it's about really enjoying them to the fullest. You know how we did when we were kids and it was so exciting and fun and we were full of energy? Wouldn't it be nice to feel that same way again? We're not going to look the same, sorry guys, but we can feel the same. So if you're curious about how you can keep your wellness plan or goals on track, or maybe you're looking for some good gift inspirations that are, thoughtful and focused on health, this show tonight is going to be for you. You don't want to miss this. So that's tonight, um, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. for you East Coast people. And definitely, you are going to feel inspired, energized, and ready to take on the holidays with more confidence when you leave the webinar than when you walked in. All right. So again, I will have the link up above for that. And I realize you could be busy tonight. Maybe you have, Susie's got soccer or Bobby's got baseball. I guess baseball season's over now, but anyway, depending where you are. But that's okay. Register anyway, because that way, as soon as the replay is available, you get the link. So then you can kick back and enjoy it when you do have a minute or two. Okay. Now, if you have any questions about anything that I've said or, the pages or links that I'm going to post above or anything like that, or maybe you're looking for some personal wellness tips catered to you, that time is coming. Drop me a comment, send me a message, or, if you want to take it even further, holiday season's coming up where nobody wants to feel like, I'm going to say it, nobody wants to feel like crap. Everybody wants to be happy and healthy. And maybe there's something niggling at you that just isn't working out well for you, and you're not getting any help from whoever it is you're leaning on. I'm not an expert, I'm not a doctor, but I've learned an awful lot of things in my 30 years of stuff that I've been through. So give me a shout, and what we'll do is what I call a strategy session, if I can talk, that is, we will, where we'll get on Zoom or Facebook or something, FaceTime of some sort, and just put our feet up and talk for a while. And the more that you tell me, the more I'm probably going to ask you questions, because I'm very curious that way, the more you're going to give us the answers. So I'd love the opportunity to do that with you. And, as I've said in some of my other shows, now that I'm, starting to book up a lot heavier, I'm still not charging for it. I'm just going to say that. Okay. So take advantage of it. Good enough. All right. So a quick recap of everything we talked about today. Holidays, it's a great time for celebrating, but it can also be very stressful and overwhelming. And there are ways to avoid that. That's what we want to share with you. So join us. Again, that's tonight for the holiday wellness and gift extravaganza. Again, as you've seen, we're going to have some experts who with their tips. They've got some great ideas, strategies that are really going to help you transform your holiday experience to one that you may not have had before. It'll be a good one. So again, that's tonight. Don't miss it. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. for the Pacific people. And if you're one of those that you love learning things and, like me, you might have, a hard time finding the time to fit it in. I usually try to keep everything short and sweet, which is nice little bits. So I'm going to post links for everything that I've mentioned up above today when I finish the show. Plus, there'll be links to more. I'll mention that in a minute. And again, if there's anything that you're interested in going over with me, or maybe there's a health challenge that you're sick up and fed of, get in touch with me. I'd love to give it a shot. Okay. So next week, we're going to be celebrating the life and contributions of Dr. Forrest C. Gump. No, seriously, his name is Shackley. I always want to say Gump. Dr. Forrest Shackley, by the way, he was one of my inspirations when it came to taking on the cancer battle, because he himself experienced cancer a long time ago, and he did not want to do what the experts were telling him to. He went his own way, and he lived a very long, wonderful life. So I want to do the same. All right, so that's what we're doing next week, and I'd love to tell you more about him. So join me. I'd love to see you there. Okay, well, thanks again for being here. It's been wonderful as always, and I do hope you have a great rest of your week and your fall is going very well. And I look forward to seeing you tonight. Don't forget to hit the links up above. Oh yeah, forgot to mention, sorry. Okay, I have mentioned my wellness center. I mentioned mentioned the webinar. I do have a YouTube channel that, if you're liking what you're seeing here and you want to learn some other things too, go and choose. There's two different channels. There's the Wellness Show and there's Tea Talk, so you can, help yourself to that. Also, I do have a wellness community called Danny's Wellness Tribe on Facebook. It's a growing community of people that are, like-minded, that want to learn what they can do to help themselves to look better, feel better, and, get away from the usual humdrum routine that isn't working for them. I'd love to have you join me. So I will put that link up above for you as well. All right, I think I've talked your ear off enough. I will let you go to enjoy the rest of your day. And thanks for being here, everyone. I appreciate it. Take care.